Welcome to the next video, and we playing with fractals, and this is my brother, these are my brothers, this is my cousin, and they're playing with fractals, and Gautam will now explain what he's doing.
Okay, hey YouTubes, this is what I've been playing around with. This is a software called Xaos, and it's primarily used to create fractals using simple formulae, and you can do a lot more in it, but I'm new to the software, so here's what I've been doing so far. Just inputting basic formulae, respecting the odd mass rule, and this is what we get. So here's the first pretty looking thing, z divided by z to the power of z, and this is a simple equation, and repeated, let's say 50 iterations, I get this shape. So let's just keep going, scrolling down, and see what me and my cousin brother here have been exploring with. So this is the same equation, zoomed in a bit more. Scrolling down some more, same equation. As you see, the colors become warmer and warmer as you zoom more and more, because even the colors are governed by the formula. As elements near their death, when they become more and more finite, they become warmer, the colors become warmer. And as the elements become more and more infinite, as they grow, they become cooler. That explains why you have, this is a zoom out picture, it's more cool. And when you zoom in, it's more warm. And here's formula 2, just a small, it's based on the same formula, z divided by z to the power of z, but I've made some changes, and now you get something like flamethrower kind of effect, and you see the same mix of warm and cool colors, forms a very rather psychedelic shape. But it's other than being just pretty to look at, it's fantastic to just play around with, and I would recommend all of you guys to just try this software. It's free, it's only like less than 1 MB, and you can create the world with it. You can create infinity, you can create anything you want. So let's go ahead and see what else. This is a simple star-like shape. The formulas are all there here, right here. And oops. So here's another simple formula, created a few dots. This is 2 iterations or 3 iterations. So you see only 4 pictures here. But when I increase the iterations, you get something like this, and iterating that 100 times, you get something that looks like some parallel dimension. So here's another zoom in of that.
It's like a mothership from inside.
Which one? This one?
Ship.
Looks like hyperspace.
Something going through space.
So here's a simple formula, z into z plus 1. Like a clover shape, very nice. Here's another formula. Here's something more complex. Now look at this formula. This is not, I don't know what this formula creates. I just kept adding things to the formula. It's a rather chaotic formula, and hence the image.
There's a documentary on fractals and forests and the trees and the length of the trees and the rings around it. It's just like a forest.
Yeah. So detail of that formula. See, this is the same piece. Let's imagine I zoom in this area, this particular area here, and I zoom in, it becomes like this. And it's an endless cycle. It just keeps going and going and going. You can iterate it millions of times. Only thing is you need a supercomputer. So zoomed in more, same equation. Zoomed in more, same equation. So here's another formula, and here's the shape. This one. Zoomed in. Here's a monkey. This is a formula to create an abstract monkey. Go to the next one. So like the intense expression, the eyes of the monkey. Monkey from far away.
It's the same equation.
Yeah, same equation. Zoomed out. Then here's a huge formula. Let's see what this created. And again, I see similarities. Like it looks somewhat like a face.
There's a face even here. There's a goat-like face.
Another big equation. This is more or less blank. Still, this is all trial and error, so everything can't be, fascinating. The next one, yeah, this is pretty much like the previous one. I think it's the same one. Here's a nice one. You see this from close by. Looks like ears here. 2 ears. Clearly defined eye. A nose structure. Like when you see skeletons, you have a hollow cage like this, which forms the beginning of the nose, the bridge of the nose. So all these shapes, have naturally come using equations. Now, you'll see what I mean when I say these shapes have naturally come. Even though this may not be that obvious to you, let's go down and see how things get more and more obvious. If you've played any psychedelic, version of Alice in Wonderland, you'll see that bunny.
Is that a game?
Yeah, there's Alan McGee's Alice. And the bunny in that looks, somewhat like this. This is like a psychedelic version of that bunny. See the ears here. The eyes are closed, as if he's like visualizing something. And 2 buck teeth. How did this particular equation, 1 minus this massive, biblical equation, create this? Doesn't make sense, right? Maths, it's just pure maths.
It's everywhere.
And how did that create this? Very interesting. And here's another equation. Now this looks more demonic, like a bull or lion.
Like an angry...
Eyes, horns, nose. And inside you see 2 eyes here when you zoom in. And something like a, Darth Vader kind of mask here.
It's true.
And very gothic, some of these things. The way it comes out here. Almost artistic, if you import this to Photoshop, add a few layers, you can create art. Here's an equation for a chihuahua kind of thing. Remember Tiny, your dog. This is how you create a chihuahua, folks.
Yeah.
Chihuahua zoomed out.
It's like Chihuahua with fingers.
Like a fox.
It's like King Julian's huge finger.
Here's the next formula.
Oh, the camera's having trouble focusing.
This is my favorite. Stumbled onto this, of course. I don't have this. None of this is premeditated. I don't know what these formulas will create. It's just experimenting. And here is a clearly defined face.
Wow.
Eyes,
you see the
nose
face.
structure, mouth. Let's see this. This is phenomenal. Like, it cannot get more obvious than this. It can, of course, but just mere maths it's crazy. I don't know how to explain this. Scroll down further. Now these are other formulae, like more abstract shapes, more or less geometrical. These could resemble, maybe chemical structures or possibly biological life form cells. Yeah. Nice looking.
Very much like cells. Sorry.
Like, I don't know, kite, zoomed, infinite. Another one. Same thing. Here's a nice looking shape.
Shark. That's
Shark.
what it looks like, a shark.
Yeah, shark or possibly stingray, I don't know. Or maybe like birds, man. Some birds look like this. This is clearly aerodynamic. Our airplanes look like this. So this formula has created something that's aerodynamic. Shape. It's got like a, stabilizer, wings, clear defined, head. The next one. Repeating again. You see this particular shape with the pipe repeats everywhere. Pipe shape, pipe shape, pipe shape. And that repeating n number of times forms this. The next formula. This is very nice. Like, I don't know, grass blades or maybe like very pretty looking fire. Yeah, is that zoomed out? Quite detailed. Now this is my favorite. Let me just, this is a formula for that.
Right, focus.
And this is how it looks. I've seen these kind of shapes in some like forms before. Leaves,
Leaves.
dead leaves, yeah.
Dead leaves.
Even
Cracks on the floor, concrete, cement cracks.
But
They all follow.
that is more like chaotic fractal patterns like lightning or maybe cracks, like you said, or river tributaries, mountain ridges. And here's a face like Cyclops. You keep zooming in into this, you'll see the same Cyclops face again and again. These are images, so I upload these formula into the software to show you that. This is pretty cool. Nice.
This video has gone on for 11 minutes.
I hope you're not recording in HD.
No, I don't know what I'm recording.
You don't have much storage.
No, I'll delete it after I upload it.
Then
That's like a ripple water.
check this out. Which one? This one?
Yeah, it's like a
this
water
is like
ripple.
water. Yeah. Or something, you're looking at something through water. Like through
yeah,
glass or
through
something,
glass.
like completely distorted.
Ceramide kind of.
It's amazing how fractals can replicate how physical phenomena make illusions, in day-to-day life. How just, a simple fractal equation can replicate or recreate that same effect. Very interesting.
It's
just
like
a way of looking at
you
it.
put paint on water, a drop of paint, you will get this.
Yes. Or maybe sometimes you see water flowing and there's oil on the water, and
Yeah.
the reflection
Of
causes
the
something
color,
like this.
yeah.
Psychedelic colors like this. Here this is water ripple effect and a magnetic effect using this equation. See this? You see that?
Magnetic, yeah.
This is the center and this is one part and this is another part. This is like a magnetic effect.
Can you see a face here? Can you see a face here?
I'll take this call.
Okay, phone call. We shall catch you later.
Yeah.